Yeah, when Carrie began talking about work, that phrase that I think he's right is from Pai-chang says first work, then it says a day without work is a day without eating. First work, then eat. And maybe as I'm saying that, especially that second piece, first work, then eat, what pops out at me as the deep meaning there, or a deep meaning there, is don't chase your desire. We usually use food to chase our desire. It goes on in those temple rules, it says, don't eat to satisfy your desires. Eat to gain, I'm paraphrasing here, eat for sustenance to practice. Now, all of us, we live in a modern age where food is very important. We have the amazing um, possibility in life to eat foods from all over the world. And if you live in an urban environment, you can get anything you want, any time of day, just to satisfy that tongue. So while food is so critical and important for our life, it also is a distraction, and we can lose ourselves into our eating. There are plenty of books written these days about mindful eating. If any of you ever went through meditation instruction at a Vipassana retreat or with some Vipassana teachers, you might remember the raisin exercise, where you take a raisin and you slowly, slowly, slowly eat the raisin. To be aware of the multitude of experience that goes into uh, one eating of a raisin, one raisin. The explosion in the mouth, the time it takes to notice the flavor. When does the flavor disappear? To be aware of that whole process is opening up the world from a tiny, tiny little space. And actually, in Vipassana retreats, you're taught to eat very, very slowly. In Zen retreats, you're told to eat very, very quickly. People who practice in one style always think the other style is crazy. They're each a style, and each has their place. To eat quickly is to eat mindfully. To eat slowly is to eat mindfully. Our practice is to be mindful. In our lives, our job is to find our own way. How is it that you eat? What's your relationship to food? How do you use food to soothe? How do you use food to distract? How do you use food for nourishment? How do you use food to connect with others? How do you use food to separate yourself from others? Our practice is an inquiry practice. Everything points to our own nature. To practice Zen means to pay attention to everything. What am I? That great question isn't really about a personal exploration into this body. It's the experience of being alive. What is it? Do we just go by its name, or do we feel it in our bones? Is our experience alive, or is our experience dead? Our relationship with food opens those questions, points us to what the state of our lives actually are or is. Not what we fantasize it should be, but what is it really? That's Zen practice. We can use anything. So now we're talking about food. Carrie brought up the topic of work. It's exactly the same. Substitute the word work for food. What am I? What is the relationship between the work that I'm doing and the person that I am? What do I make in my mind that actually makes my work more difficult? What is it that I make in my mind that makes it easier? How am I drifting off into fantasy to placate something rather than directly connecting to what is right in front of you?